You're doing
There
a
we
lot
go.
of news today, guys. Lots of news
A
today.
lot of news, fellas. So what we've got here is the Google Marketing Live 2025. Everything you need to know. And we'll go over the headlines. And Cory, just jump in anytime, mate. Like this is literally free flowing. Google expands ads in AI overviews and AI mode to desktop. Google upgrades its creative suite with cinematic AI tools. Interesting.
Cinematic.
I'm actually going to click on that one. What rubbish is going to come out of that? And I suppose my bias is towards something like this. So Google unveils smart bidding exploration. So we'll click on that. Google levels up its marketing insights with new tools for testing, measurement, and data. Interesting. And Google supercharges ads and analytics with AI-powered agentic tools. And then Google unveils Marketing Advisor, an AI sidekick for advertisers in Chrome, and some other. Oh, Merchant Center, brand and content HQ. Interesting. Okay, Cory, which one do you want? Which path do you want to go down first? Which one was tickling your fancy?
You know what? Let's do smart bidding exploration. I think that's the one I'm most curious about. So Merchant Center, yeah, I have a feeling I know where that's going, but let's do the smart
Yeah,
bidding.
cool. Google unveils smart bidding exploration. Google smart bidding exploration uses AI and flexible ROAS targets to help capture more conversions by unlocking untapped search queries. There we go. Major update designed to give advertisers more flexibility and more conversions by tapping into previously overlooked search queries. I wonder how it's tapping into undertapped search queries.
Right, that's part of the promise of smart bidding is that it's already doing that. If you're using
Yeah.
certain match types, well, all the match types at this point, now that I say that, and it's all close variant stuff.
Yeah, smarter AI built on existing AI-powered tools like AI Max. Smart bidding exploration helps campaigns capture high-performing searches from new, unique categories. Okay, categories, not keywords. Interesting. Flexible ROAS targets now can broaden their reach beyond the narrow, high-intent searches. There we go. There we go. So this, mate, this is okay. This is it. Ready? Advertisers like a mortgage lender can now broaden their search beyond high intent searches because that's what everyone wants. People want not
Expansion.
high intent,
Yep.
to more exploratory. Interesting. So going from things like someone looking for mortgage rates or get a home loan to how to buy a home. Interesting. Cory,
Oh boy.
thumbs up or thumbs down, bro? Which one?
It's par for the course. Expansion, spend more, expand. That tends to be the
Yep.
narrative coming out of these tools more and more. Uh, just thinking as a an advertiser who wants to control where I'm spending my money, I want to be bidding and targeting and messaging differently for someone typing in mortgage rates as opposed to someone who is looking to figure out how do I buy a home. Those are two different parts of the buying funnel. I don't want to be bidding the same. So to think that you could have a flexible ROAS target, I think this is going to create a lot of people who are going to tinker too much with these ranges. So I'm already kind of foreseeing some problems here with people who a little less advanced, though I kind of like the concept of giving it a little more flexibility. I just think in practice, this could create a lot of tinkering, which is going to hurt performance overall for a lot of campaigns. But let's continue. Those are my initial thoughts.
Mate, I agree with you. And that's why we're dinosaurs. And that's why all of our clients are going to leave us to the new hip advertisers who are doing exploratory flexible ROAS. This is rubbish. This is actually rubbish. Now, in terms of this, like you've also got to look at the example that was given, which I presume Google's done. ROAS targets. How many mortgage lenders do you think are actually uploading their sales data? And like I actually have business mortgage. Like I've got clients who do
Yep,
this and they
me
don't even
too.
know their margins. Like they give a loan out, but you're not uploading the loan amount. You're trying to get the percentage of that, which can be variable. So if you're trying to do a ROAS target on a traditionally more B2B, B2C lead gen part, like this is a horrible example. And I presume this is what Google's given. Like this isn't for lead generation, you don't use ROAS targets unless you've got really accurate data that you're pushing in. What percentage of businesses actually have that data? Not many. So this is actually going to be using just, this just doesn't make sense, man. Like, it's almost like as time goes on, the less you go with the new stuff and you stick to the fundamentals, I feel like you're going to get more success, because it's like, this is just noise. There's just so much noise with this. Now, this may be good for e-commerce, but with e-commerce, you're already doing exploratory because you don't really control the key, like the searches. Like you can't control the searches on the product feed. Like you can influence it, but you can't control it. And then for a lot of e-commerce, it's still heavily skewed towards shopping campaigns rather than search campaigns. So I'm like, these just don't make sense. Like maybe if this was CPA, but it's ROAS.
Hmm. So I do think I like some of this. Like I like the idea that we're not giving this archaic way of giving a target to say like 150, because we know that smart bidding is going to go plus or minus that target. It's not like it's an exact, it's more like a flag in the ground that says try to get close to that. That's the rough target. But it's not like you're going to see, if you put in 150% target ROAS, that in 6 months without touching it, it's just going to hit 150 every single day. That's just not how it
Yeah.
works, right? It's going to try to get as close to that as it can within what it has. But I'm not exactly sure. I would love to know how it's going to determine, like how it's going to recommend a range for people. Like if it's going to utilize historical data to say usually it'll give you a
Yeah.
suggested starting target return as, but is it going to do that for this? Would be an interesting thing. And if it is, where is it getting that from? But I do see some positive from this, where it isn't just this rough static value, this kind of just generic, 150%, and you go
Yeah.
for it. I kind of like the idea, but if the range is going to be more restrictive, that's where I like it more. To say, I'm okay with you being in the range of 115% to like 140. Like I like that, as long as that's saying I want you to be within that zone, and I'm giving you smart bidding. I'm giving you this range to work within.
Yeah.
If you don't think you can get that, let me know, and then we can switch to a more manual
Yeah.
approach or a different approach in general. But I don't know if that's what's happening here. I kind of feels like it's like, hey, we're gonna put, we give you give us a range, and that means that we can get a little bit more loose with hitting that goal, and we're going to do that by expanding who we're going to be going after, which
Mm.
can be very problematic. That would be my main concern.
Yeah, mate. Well, here's something else more problematic. Look at I'll get you to read the line that I've highlighted, and then I want you to give me your reaction, or more importantly, what you think my reaction is.
By the numbers. Smart bidding exploration, according to internal data from Google, March 11th through April 11th, resulted in 18% increase in unique converting search query categories. First off, categories, not specific terms. These are pretty
Yep.
broad. If you go into your accounts, that's pretty broad. 19% increase in total conversions. There we are again.
Okay.
We just talked about this on the last segment.
Yep.
What are conversions? Are these transactions? Are these closed deals? What are these things? So I'm guessing that's where you were going to go with this as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Now let's have a look. Number one, the date, Corey. Do you think 1 month of data is appropriate?
And I love how the heck did they choose March 11th through? Was March 10th so bad that they had to cut
Yeah.
March 10th out of there? What
Yeah.
happened from the 1st to the 10th?
Yep.
And oh my goodness, that's just so funny. Yeah, that's an interesting, very small window. Not to mention, March through April, seasonality wise, for most industries, is also quite an interesting time to choose there. It
Mm.
tends to be more of a stable year. And you also got to worry about geopolitically. March 11th through April 11th. I'm guessing this is 2025, right? Doesn't
You'd hope
exactly
so, mate. You'd hope it's
say.
not 2021.
This feels like cherry picking a little bit, which I would not be shocked by. Like,
Mm.
why that exact date range, and why such a short date range?
And how big is the sample size? How many
Yep.
clicks were got? How many conversions? How many sales? How many
Yep.
how much spend? What industry?
It's this
Anyway,
51 from 40 conversions, and half of those are add to carts. We don't know. We don't know.
well, mate, this okay. I don't want to like go too crazy on that, but what was the next one? Here, the big picture. This move continues Google's shift towards AI-driven campaign management, empowering advertisers to go beyond the traditional keywords, red flag, strategies, and let machine learning do more of the discovery work.
Yes.
Discovery work, not results, not outcomes, discovery.
But Michael, they're likely
And
to lead to more results if you just expand and spend more, right? Isn't
yeah,
that the
and then you
idea?
click on that setting on Google where it's like turn on these conversion goals, and they just end up being page views because it's like, yes, we want to be targeting people. Remember what was that? It was called smart goals. Remember there was a smart goal in Google Ads, which would be like some random thing. It's like if they clicked on 5 pages and spend a certain amount of time on the website, so that might not be an outcome, but it's like a goal that shows a higher intent.
Microsoft still
That's
has
what this
something
rubbish
like
is.
that. Yeah.